Hey, what's up everyone? We're gonna be doing another draft. Ooh, actually if I finish this on a 4,000, that's fine. Let's just use some gems. Hopefully we can get them back. Dominaria draft. Alright, let's see, what do we have here? Haphazard Bombardment is the rare. Haven't actually seen much of this or played with it. When it enters the battlefield, choose 4 non-enchantment permanents. Put an aim counter. At the beginning of your end step, 2 or more permanents you don't control that have an aim counter on them. Oh, so it basically destroys 3 out of those 4. Oh, the cost of 4 turns. I mean, that's not terrible, but don't find it terribly exciting. We could try it. Might be useful, something like wizards maybe. Journey Mage is really a nice pickup for wizards actually, but we don't know how open that's gonna be. But it is okay. It's a nice body to put like enchantments like Dub on. Becomes a pretty strong vigilant creature. Call the Cavalry is nice in tokens. Soothsayer. It's good in sort of red-black value maybe, or even saplings. Honor Elf is nice in green. Opt is decent in blue. Let's try this. Let's see, what do we have in this pack? So Orcish Vandal doesn't excite me at all. Halar is pretty cool. So it's 3/3 trample, and whenever you kick a spell, if that spell was, whenever you cast a spell, if it was kicked, you grow Halar, and then Halar deals damage to the opponent equal to its equal to the number of +1/+1 counters. So like 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage. So the more kicker you have, the nicer she gets, I think. Memorial is nice white. None of these are too great. I mean, Caldon Raid is alright in red. It's a nice aggressive creature. Fungal Infection is pretty nice. Talid's also pretty nice if you go for green-black saplings, which is one of the stronger archetypes. You might go for that. Do you just pick up the Halar here? Do you pick up Talid? Infection to maybe force that archetype. You could also get a Keldon Raider, but that's double red, so it commits us pretty heavily. Let's take Halar and try to stay. Oath of Teferi. Yep, that's nice. But yeah, unless you have a Planeswalker, it doesn't really do much. We're not very likely to get a Planeswalker. Another Halar. We could just commit super heavily to red-green, I guess. This Fungal Infection, Talon Omnior is pretty nice in saplings too. Laurana's good in wizards. Alright, let's see if this takes us anywhere. Alright, and now we see pretty much no good red-green cards. This is pretty good kicker payoff. If you're planning to draft lots of kicker anyway, it might be nice. But it's definitely not the strongest card in the pack. Weight of Memory is much better, Sir Disciple is better, Snapper's better, Infection's better. Pretty much almost everything else in this pack is better than Bloodstone Goblin. So let's see, what do we pick up here? I think we pick up a Weight of Memory. It is double blue. It keeps us super open. Okay. So now in this pack, Funnel Plots. Tiana's pretty nice, but puts us into one more color. She's got Flying First Strike. Some aura stuff. In blue we have Arcanist, who's pretty good. In red we have Journey Mage. I think let's take the Journey Mage and see if we can make any of this work. So let's see, in this pack, nothing too great. Fuddle in blue is decent if you're on a slower plan. This is good if you have the Saga. You can basically get 2 activations in 1 turn, so it can be nice. So something like History of Benalia, or yeah. Gift of Growth is okay. Worm is, big finisher, but not that exciting. Adventurous Impulse is pretty nice to help us find stuff. I think we just take the combat trick here. Alright, so blue doesn't seem like it's very open, nor is white. Red seems kind of open. I think we'd rather have the first lava on our Gift of Growth. Let's pick that up. And over here, Soul Salvage is nice, but we're not near black. This is not an exciting card. Spying Construct can be decent. Guardians is good if you have a bunch of historics, but I don't think we want to. We have any historics with strong ETBs, so. Warlord's Fury maybe? Gives every round first strike and it cycles itself. Scout is another creature and helps us ramp. I think it's Scout or Fury. Right here, do we want to just 6 mana 5/5 trample? It can be a good finisher. Adventurous Impulse can help us find stuff. Guy's Blessing. Cycles one. Gets us cards. So this gets cards back basically. This lets us sort through cards. Let's pick this up and see. Right, this has terrible stuff. Yeah, we're not playing any of that. Another Guy's Blessing, Fervent Strike. Fervent Strike. Frenzied Rage is good against flying, we're probably going to be weak against that. Pierce the Sky. Frenzied Rage is good to make someone aggressive, I guess. Which one would we rather have? I'd rather have Pierce the Sky. These are both terrible. Ooh, Adventurous Impulse Wheel. That's nice. Ooh. Alright, so the rare is Zahid. I mean, we're nowhere close to blue-white artifacts, or just blue artifacts in general. But that's not terrible, because we also have a strong red. I mean, this card just ends games on its own. And a strong green card. Also ends games on its own, but without evasion, Grun, it's not that great. Especially since there's a ton of removal in like black-white that can just destroy it. So I think Fight with Fire is definitely the pick here. Interestingly, there's also a bunch of other strong red and green cards in this pack. Sheevan and Fire is nice, Journey Mage is nice, Grow from the Ashes is great for ramp. So, hoping some of that comes back. Ooh. Alright, we're seeing some good cards. So Joyra, if you really want to splash blue, she is mythic. But, yeah, we don't really have that many historics other than Halar. So the trigger doesn't help us, it's not really worth that much. Foreground Thalid, we're not really running Saplings yet, so maybe it'd be decent, but alright, let's put this in the sideboard. Not given our current setup. We don't really have that many creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So creatures should be nice. Thorn Element will give us another win condition. That might be a nice pickup. Let's see what else is in here. Gideon's Reproach is nice in white. Divination's great in blue. Arcane Flight is also decent in blue if you have some totals. Dark Bargain is nice. Acolyte is a nice flying defender. Or just win condition. This pack is pretty good. Sapper's also pretty nice. I think the pick for us is Thorn Elemental. Ooh, Teshar. Man, we could have had a really nice blue-white historic deck with Zahid and Teshar. But let's see what's in this pack for us. Fungal Plots, Saplings and card draw. Bailout Gorger is decent. He can play him as a 4-mana 4/4. If you come in late, then you can kick it. It's also a kicker card, so it works well with Halar. Yeah, we need to start prioritizing some kicker cards. Let's see. Rampaging Cyclops is a good blocker, but if we're gonna get 4-mana 4/4, might as well get Bailout Gorger. Gift of Growth. We can hope that wheels. Take the Gorger. Alright, in this pack, Sanctum Spirit is pretty strong. Wizard's Retort is nice. These are all okay. Radiating Lightning, good against tokens. I don't know if it's gonna be our situation. Corrosive Ooze gives us another 2 and a 2/2, a 2-drop. It's not terrible. And there are some really strong equipments in the format. Black Blade Reforged, Forebear's Blade, even against Jousting Lands. So that might be a nice pickup actually. Better than Envoy since we don't really need any crazy fixing yet. Oh, Knight of Grace. Man, these packs. That best unicorn divination. These are really good. But Chronicler is the pick here. If we can get Fight with Fire back, that's strong. Oh, damn it. This feels terrible. Got 4 mana lightning. There's three damage, so it's like a lightning strike to the face, plus 1 damage to all their creatures. Or into the combat trick. Would we rather have a Gift of Growth? And something like a 4-inch strike. Although we are weak against flying still. Ghost Protector, not really great unless we have auras to put on it to make it unblockable. And there's nothing good for us in this pack actually. Maybe we'll just take the Danita for constructed. Right, Bloodstone Goblin is a decent 2-drop for us since we're going for kicker anyway. Oh, the blue-white in these packs is so strong. Blink of an Eye, a unicorn. Slate Buddha. Oh, colors are really drying up. So I think this is the first pack that's come back. Let's take another Journey Mage. Now I think we can take the Warlord's Fury. Don't really need the War Caller. Let's take a Wanderer for win condition. Radiating Lightning. Sure. Guys, Protector came back. Back 3. Ooh, Naru Meha. Oh my god. It could have also had a really strong Wizards deck, looks like. She's also mythic. Ugh. Do I pick it for constructed? I mean, I already have a sort of Wizards deck. That'd be really strong. Let's see what else is in this pack. We have Wild Onslaught. 4 mana, but that gives a +1/+1 on everything. Which combos kinda well with Talar. Thorn Elemental, another one of these. Although our curve is looking pretty high. I don't know if we need to. Blessed Light, we could splash for that. That's good removal. We don't really have a lot of removal. We have Bombardment, Lightning, Fight with Fire. That's it. Some combat tricks. Fiery Intervention is actually really good. It's just red removal. I think we might need that actually over here. Despite there being some really good cards. Onslaught, Thorn Elemental, and Narumea. Oh damn, that feels bad. Think we take Intervention. And I guess we get a payoff for being in red. Pick back 3, pick 2 Mythic Varix Bladewing. And like, this is not even a contest. Champion of the Flame is okay. Sheer Fire is nice, but not nicer than a Varix. Let's see, Mending of Dominaria. Put 2 cards in your library into graveyard. Return a creature from graveyard to your hand. That's nice. And then return all land cards from a graveyard to the battlefield. So it's sort of like slow ramp. It's 5 mana though. Ooh, that Yova is really strong. Or do you want to splash blue for that? We already have a bunch of double green, double red. Maybe not. Eviscerate is also such good removal. Do you just take the Phoenix? 4 mana, 2/2 flying haste. I mean, you don't have that many creatures. How many do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Might not play the Scout. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Might not play the Protector. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we need some more creatures. Phoenix is not terrible. Oh. Should we maybe try Mending? Because we have a lot of expensive stuff we want to get to. Kicked Varix, Thorn Elemental, even the Fight with Fire. Let's try it. I don't think the Phoenix is a great... Ooh, Squeeze is pretty nice. You can just... Basically... you can just keep getting him back. And he's legendary. Lana Royals is pretty nice too, but... not passing it over a Squee. And not passing a Squee over it. Goblin Warchief. We don't really have that many goblins. Only one is Bloodstone Goblin, and we... I guess Squee is also a goblin. It does make Squee only 2 mana, but yeah. Don't think it's worth more than a Mammoth Spider, especially since we're already weak to flyers. Ooh, this is an interesting pack. Some nice cards in other colors here, but Alfheim Druid is great for a kicker synergy, but also Grow from the Ashes is just ramp. And Kicker from the Ashes works really well, but also Druid is uncommon, so maybe we take Druid. And then here, second Frenzied Rage, Arbor, I think another Bailout Carger. Sorry about that. Here we have the option of Run Amok, which is great to push some damage through, because our creatures don't really have trample. Also have Gift of Growth, but I mean they're both combat tricks and 3-3 versus 2-2. I mean this does have a kicker, but I don't think we're considering fungal plots that much. I think we take the Run Amok. Alright, both of these came back. So now it's between if we want a second Thorn Elemental or if you want a Wild Onslaught. So Wild Onslaught is really nice if we go wide. Let's see. Let's see what we're actually running. Got that. And the Scout is nice for ramping, but I think these are okay. Maybe you don't run the Wanderer even. Shark Curve's already pretty high with this stuff. Second Thorn Elemental does mean like we have a higher chance of drawing one every game, which is nice. It's hard to block, but let's see how many creatures do we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this could go decently well. We're barely ever gonna get the kicker with 8 mana. Then again, this costs 7. So maybe it's worth it. It also combos well with Halar. But that's pretty much it. It grows everything a bit. I think it's better in a go wide deck. Maybe not in this one. I think we just go for the second Thorn Elemental. I don't think this matters. Yeah. Gift of Growth is nice. 2-drop. Fury, sure. Alright. Man, that was interesting draft. Yeah. To make some tough decisions there, but yeah, I'm glad the deck somewhat came together. So probably not running 2 Warlord Furies. Probably not running this. Probably not running Gaia's Blessing. It does help us get our bombs back. But I think we have enough win conditions with Varix, 2 Thorn Elementals, maybe even like Fight with Fire, that we don't need that. I don't think we need 2 Gifts of Growth since we already have a Run Amok, Gift of Growth, Warlord Fury. I mean, Warlord Fury is not exactly a combat trick, but it does make it hard for opponents to block if you're already winning. So I don't know if I should run this or 4-Wind Strike. This also gives First Strike. It also gives Haste, which is pretty nice. It doesn't cycle itself, but it is instant. Although I guess if you're using it at instant speed, it's mostly for the First Strike, not for the Haste, since you'd have to do that before combat. This gives everything first strike, but I think we'd rather have this. Actually, would we even have any of them? Maybe we just got it completely because we already have Ranama Gift of Growth. So do we keep Pierce the Sky? I think we keep it. I think we got Radiating Lightning. We have big enough creatures to be able to deal with stuff our opponent plays. These are all fine. Maybe we cut a Balot Gorger. Do you want to run Mending? I think we run Mending. Haven't really played the card ever and I want to try it. Although we don't really have like a great way to mill lands to a graveyard. So usually it won't bring us back any lands. It does shuffle the graveyard back into the library. Which is strong against mill strategies, but I don't know if mill is that strong in Dominaria. Right, because it doesn't have, oh I mean if the opponent has patient rebuilding is also M19 and psychic corrosion too, so I don't think mill is that, oh there's hominid explorers. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. It does ramp though, because if those cards are lands, then when 3 goes off you basically get like 4 lands, and if there's like 1 land and some creatures, then you get to get at least one of those creatures back to your hand. It does hurt if it's all creatures, because then basically turn 3 does nothing and you lose some creatures to your graveyard. I think we run everything else. We have removal 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then some combat tricks. Not much card draw except this, but this seems fine. Let's look at our mana base. We have double green here, double green here, double green here, double red here and here. This is also double red, but that's super late game. So I think 8-9 with green is fine. Actually, we have a lot of red drops here. Maybe we're gonna 9-8. We want to go 9-8 with 9 red, 8 green. And it feels like that would make it easier to hit something like Squee and Varix on curve. But it would be hard to hit Balot Gorgers. I don't know, we can try it like this. Well, this is still 41 cards. I don't know what we're gonna cut. Do we cut a Journey Mage? How many? We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3 drops. I mean, we probably want to have that many 3 drops though, right? We cut the Pierce the Sky. So our only game against flying is Varix and Mammoth Spider, and the removal. So is that so bad? Maybe we cut it. Maybe we try it like this. And let's put Varix as the image and go red, green, kicker. Alright, let's try this. Whew. I didn't actually check if how many kicker cards we have. Alright, Adventurous Impulse. This is super late, but Impulse can help us find cards. Oh, so I think go Impulse. Okay, no. No, Mountain does hurt, because then we could have gone Varix turn 4. The question is, do we go the Forest to guarantee Balot Gorger, or just go Halar? I mean, we can get Halar and then play Halar turn 3, so I think that's a good pick. Does this reveal? You may reveal. Okay, so opponent knows we have Halar. Llanowar Scout. Green, white. Oh man, we're drawing into a super expensive hand. Opponent is ramping. What do they have for 4? I mean, main phase stab means they must have something for 4. Balot Gorger. Nice. So let's go Halar. Don't have any good blocks on that Gorger, which is a problem. We could go fight with fire to kill the Gorger if they don't have any other plays. And if we don't draw land, if we draw land, we can just play our own Gorger. Okay, now Fight with Fire doesn't deal with that anymore. That's a problem. Man, that's not nice. Alright, so you could also go Varix and Race, but it makes more sense to go Gorger. Although this still doesn't give us good blocks. Alright, I think we attack first. Do they block? Probably not. And we really need to draw some removal for that Gorger or we're gonna be in trouble. Blocks. So now we're on like a 2-turn clock. Alright. So you could go Goblin into Fight with Fire, but it's not like they're gonna block. This is also a sorcery, so it's not like we can block and then do that. 7 mana lets us play Kick to Varix and 2 Thorn Elementals, so I really want a ramp. I think we attack. We can keep the Goblin to block the Spirit. They might trade for Halar here. The Spirit. Do they have a Historic card? If they have a Historic card, this is bad for us because they could discard it, make the Spirit indestructible. A Gorger dies, none of their creatures die. And that puts us in a really bad position. Yep. So even if we draw one more land, we can't kill the Gorger. It sucks. Thing is, it doesn't have trample, so we might as well do this, I think. Okay. That's a small problem. Right. I think if they attack just with the Gorger, we don't block. Though they might have like a pump spell like Gift of Growth and then we're dead. So I think they have a pump spell. Adamant Will also does it. Maybe they didn't have a pump spell. Alright, we really need to draw land here. Land it is. Okay. So I think Thorn Elemental blocks Gorger, so it's better than Kick to Varix right now. So now we can basically play out our whole hand, which is nice. Still weak to flying, but next turn we can play Kick to Varix and that solves that problem. They might just make it. Alright, opponent says GG's. So no attacks. Alright, opponent surrenders. I guess we just had to survive till those 7 drops. Man, that was close. So that was game 1. Let's keep going and see how this goes. We are lacking true ramp with stuff like more Llanowar elves or some what's the card that helps you find lands? Forget what it's called. Alright, we have Ooze on 2, Journey Mage on 3. If we draw red, Scree on 3. And we have Thorn Elemental to eventually ramp 2. So this is a pretty good hand, I'd say. Oh, that's nice. So now I think we go Halar over Journey Mage. Right, so let's swing in. Opponent's playing blue-white, so they might start playing Syncopates and Wizard's Retort. It's blocks. So let's attack with a Halar. Opponent probably doesn't block. Let's drop a Forest. Let's get Squee out. Another Talarian Scholar. Good blocker, I guess. The question is, do we double block? So we'll be trading either Squee or Corrosive Ooze. If they kill Squee, we can just recast them. Could kill the Ooze. Don't hate this double block. They could kill the Ooze if they have. Alright. Alright, 5 lands, not bad. Already have 6 in hand, so if we have one more, we can go Thorn Elemental at some point. Let's hope our opponent doesn't keep up blockers. I mean, doesn't keep up mana for counters. Getting our opponent low right now is also pretty good for when Thorn Elemental comes down, because you can assign damage as if it weren't blocked. Ooh, and a Halar. Oh, already have one though. That would have been funny. I think I go with these two. Opponent might trade if they want. They might also have a bump spell for the Scholar. Ooh, this is actually good for us because we can play out the other Halar. Ooh. They kill our Squee. Well, opponent isn't going to be happy with this. She is legendary, so we couldn't have played the other one unless that one died anyway, so we're not too sad about that. So if you get a land, we can slam Thorn Elemental next turn. If we don't, we can bring back Squee. Alright, no land. So let's attack. And let's get Squee out. Our opponent is playing white, so they might have Cleansing Nova. So we don't want to play out our entire hand in case they do. Because if they do have it, then we can go Chronicler Squee to rebuild our board state. And right now we have Very likely to have lethal. Did you play any instant sorceries? No. Could play this for a kicker cost just to grow Halar. Alright, opponent says GG. So that was a bit more of a aggressive game compared to our first one. Alright, 2 wins. Let's see, let's keep going. Alright, don't have green for this. Can play Goblin, but don't have double green for this either. This seems like a bad hand. Oh, okay, that's even worse. If we draw land, we could have some game, but man, this feels so bad. No impulse. And the turn 1 flyer. It's not exciting. We don't want another Gorger. Let's get the mountain, so that lets us go Chronicler turn 2, which I think we might go. We didn't throw away. Oh, now it might be better to go Lava Runner and keep Chronicler for later. Alright. I think this is the move. Right, skipping Surveyor. Did you get to Scry? It's at the bottom. So they might be playing 3 color. Let's see. Yep. So it looks like they're playing Jeskai. The Lord really is pinging us. Attacking with the Lava Runner doesn't do anything. They can block with the Surveyor. I think we just play the Chronicler now then. Especially because Kicker needs 6. And we weren't really close to that. And we haven't drawn our Fight with Fire either, which is basically the only instant sorcery we want to get back. I guess Fiery Intervention also does the trick. Okay, Zahid turn 4. That's not good news for us. Gift of Growth is nice, and we have the 4 mana to kick it. But that still only gives +4, which is not enough to kill Zahid. So, you just go Bailout Garger. You could get a 7/7 Bailout Garger if you wait, but that's 8 mana. That's being a little optimistic. No attacks. Next round they probably attack with Zahid. Just gives us attacks and everything. Oh man. All those historic cards. That gives them a really good blocker for the Gorger too. It's bad for us. Right. Intervention. But we don't have the mana for it. Also, it's not enough to kill Zahid. Alright. That means we don't have enough to kill the spider either. Just block the construct, put it on Zahid. Not sure why they block with both. Unless they have a combat trick. Which I guess they do. Guess we Gift of Growth in response. Also untaps the Gorger and gives makes Lava Runner 2/2 now. But they are pinging us for 7 in the air. So we're on a 2-turn clock. The hell is that? Do they have another combat trick? Alright, intervention. Doesn't help us enough because it doesn't kill the heat. Well, we can't block and we're dead next turn anyway unless we block the heat with the spider. So why not swing with everything? Then you have to jump block. And that's GG. The sorcery. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. If we had one more turn, we could have not blocked this turn, then blocked the heat. Alright, but this is sorcery. Yeah, there's like, we have no way to deal with them. 6 toughness is a little too much. I don't know, you kill the bird, I guess. Yeah. That was rough. Alright, 2-1. Not great, not terrible. Let's see how many more wins we can get. Right. Seems good. Can go 1, 2, 4. Ooh, mending. That's nice. No attacks. Oh, 3-3 with first strike is pretty bad for us. We trade the Bloodstone Goblin. I think we do. Nice, drew into a 3-drop. And yeah, I guess we do have another wizard in the deck. Okay, that's not good.
I'll make use of that later.
Ouch. Well, already has first strike. Karn and Traxxas. Come on. That's first strike.
Choice.
Oh god. Oh, do we give him the wall? That rock should ever tracks us though. Guess we go mending. I think we gotta hit Garn. He did have a combat trick. This does go back to their hand, which is super annoying. We go with the mending, get the Garter back.
What was lost is now returned.
There's the Traxos. Yeah, maybe that Voltaic Serpent was a mistake. Don't know though. Ooh, Thorn Elemental. Yes, please. So we are at 6 mana. Thorn Elemental does block Traxos. The question is... Don't think we go Uncaged Gorger. I think here's what we're doing. One, two, three, four, five, six. We have Elfame. And we're gonna get a bunch of lands back, right? 3 lands. That's good ramp. Here comes the big doggo. Ooh, with first strike. Ouch. Yeah, Vigilant Traxos.
Allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
That's pretty bad. Some nice ramp there. That is a 4/4. Oh, we have no good attacks. This is really bad. That's a 9/7 with trample. Yeah, we might be dead. What the hell is Traxos and Karn, dude? Yeah, we're just outclassed here. And a second Jousting Lance. Man.
Awaken!
Opponent got way too lucky with these picks. It's like a mono black artifacts. Holy shit, okay. Jump block here. It has first strike. That's freaking... It's 2 less damage, it still does 7 to our face. And I guess untap the Traxos. Right, Fiery Intervention is nice, but not nice enough. Oh, wait a second. Traxos is an artifact. Well, I guess maybe. Now we can block everything except the Evangel. He does get 2 7/5s though with first strike. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. but that's only for kick spell, so we only have 6, so no attacks. Might still lose here. Opponent just has all the first strike.
How convenient. An excellent choice.
Sure. I can get 5/5 Death Touch. Treadshade. There's another reason to go mono black. Alright, this board is too wide. We are dying. Block here. Block here. Nice, 2 Thorn Elementals. Alright, next turn opponent attacks with 5 creatures, we block 3, and we're dead. Right. Let's see if they block. No. Turn too slow.
Say hello to my best friend.
Yeah. And soul salvage to get the Traxos back. This is hopeless, man. Oh man. Okay, currently 2-2. Let's see if we can get at least a few more. Get some of that gem value back. Right, so you got a 1-2-4 late game. I think we keep this. So we have Lava Runner on 1, Druid on 2, if we draw land and bail out on 4. Could even possibly kick it. Although that does cost 8 mana. But a 7/7 on the board is no joke, so... And technically, if we have enough to kick Bailout Carter, we have enough to play Thorn Elemental. Right, so opponent might be on blue-red wizards, which is pretty strong actually. But opponent's red-black. And we draw both Thorn Elementals. Well, I guess we go unkicked then. Because it's nice to have a 4/4 if we're gonna have 2 7/7s later anyway. It's not like we're gonna have that much mana to, you know, spend. Because then each of these is gonna take 1 turn if we get to 7. That's gonna be a while. So we'd rather have the 4/4. So if we attack with this, opponent doesn't block, takes 4, or it blocks with everything. Might even have a combat trick. It should be a bad trade for us, but clearing opponent's board might not be terrible. So currently we're at 5 mana, because Druid also taps for 1. This will give us 6, and then we need 1 more land. Alright, opponent playing Mardu. White might be a splash for something like Blessed Light. Alright, so opponent doesn't attack with the lava runners, which tells me that they're not holding a combat trick. Double cavalry. Alright, there's the land. Now we don't want to attack with Gorger because they could just block with the 2 knights. Which is not terrible, but it's not great either. Maybe we do it to clear the board though. I think I'm fine with them trading. Because that is 4/4 power vigilant. It's my 4-drop for their 4-drop. Alright. So now they have some hasty guys. We're taking 10 damage here? Ooh, that doesn't look good. But if we block with lava runner, that'll be chump blocking. Can we afford to take 10 here? I guess. Okay, no problem. That was rough. So now we have to keep Gorger on defense. Just because they have what? 8 damage plus 6. So even if you block through, you block 6 damage. That still lets them swing 8 through. Actually, we might be dead here. Don't know if opponent realizes it. Okay, you're definitely dead here. 2 flank haste. Okay, buddy. It's quite an aggressive deck they have. Yep, and they swing with everything. So you block 1 here, 1 guy here. One of these guys. Yep. Oh, man, 2 wins and 3 losses straight. That's pretty rough. I mean, you know, Gruul or Varix after that first game though. It's kinda sad. Alright, let's open the pack. Juggernaut. Take Miri's War. Interesting. Never actually played with this card, that might be fun. Alright, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.